Many people are very negative about the high cost of living in the United States. That also includes me. So I did some research. I said, why is it that United States is so expensive? Also, why is it that some Filipinos say, the cost of things that being purchased in the Philippines is not really tied in to the exchange rates? That's what we're going to talk about. I'll give you a very revealing research that I did regarding cost of living versus income earned by the people in general. Stay with me, that's what we'll talk about. I did some research and compared what is the average income in the United States compared to other countries, and what is the cost of living in those countries. You may be earning a whole lot, but if you're spending a lot to survive, what does it do for you? Nothing, right? And how does this affect retirement? What I will show you is going to be an eye-opener for many people anyway, but for some people it is not. And for some people, including me, have some general idea, but nothing specific, nothing supported by numbers. So this research opened my eyes quite a bit. I'm talking about, I already knew about this result, but I did not know the details. And this comparison is with 100 different countries. Let's take a look at it. First, let me explain what these headings are. We're talking about cost of living index by country, and there are about, let me just scroll through this down below, 106 countries involved in this study. The cost of living index, and compare that to the monthly income, and that will give you a purchasing power, meaning how much can you buy with the dollars or the money that you make. To make things comparable and consistent, we're using dollars instead of the local currency denomination. Also, we're going to use United States as a base. And that's why you will see here that the cost of living index in the US is 100%, purchasing power index is 100%. Now, what does that mean? It means, for example, in Singapore, cost of living of 75 means whatever you can buy in the US for $100, you can buy for $75, giving you a cost savings of 25%. And of course, this is the actual dollar average monthly income, giving you a purchasing power of 121%, meaning you can your money has more purchasing power because although you're making a little less than the US, you have a more significant savings, giving you this number, okay? Now, this is now sorted in descending purchasing power index. And you can see that next to the United States, or in addition to the US, Singapore has a higher, in fact, higher purchasing power than the US. Same thing with Qatar, Bermuda, Luxembourg. Okay, then everything else is below in purchasing power compared to the US. So there are only 4 countries that have more purchasing power than Americans, than the US. And also, 5. There are only 5 countries whose average monthly salary is higher than that of the US. Here's an example. Bermuda. In Bermuda, an average salary, or income, I should say, let's not compare this to income. This is per capita, per head income, average income. $9,000, okay? They make $9,000 whereas Americans only make $5,800. But look at how much money they spend. 50% higher. What we can buy here for $100, they will have to pay $157. Okay? But nevertheless, their purchasing power is still slightly higher than that of the United States by 5%. Okay? So this is how you read this. Now, let's see where Philippines is. I'm going to scroll this down. So just freeze it. If you think you want to see which particular country you belong in, and there is the Philippines. The Philippines has a 12.6% purchasing power. Let me review what that means. Although a $100 item you can buy in the Philippines for $40, that's giving you 60% savings, right? 60% lower cost. But the income is only $303 per month. Average monthly income is $303. Compare that to the $5,000 in the United States. That's why their purchasing power is only 12% of that of the United States. Now, if you're in the US, you're spending dollars, hey, don't think that you will have a lot of savings. But if you are making dollars and you spend it in the Philippines, you have a 60% savings in the Philippines. So what other countries are here? For example, in Haiti, which is the lowest purchasing power, they only make $118 a month, and yet on the savings they only save 40% relative to that of the US. But they only make $118. Now this is not bad. This is good. The problem is the salary. Okay, the salary. Now, let's sort this by cost of living, because see, the problem is when you are working, you want to be in the States, and that is the reason why a lot of people want to come to the US. They want to come to the US. Why? There's high income, there's good job you can find, the salary is good, cost of living is high. One thing many Filipinos don't understand, you make $1, you may spend $1.20. So where is your income, right? Gone. So you still have to save, you still have to manage your money to survive. Now, here is the beauty of it. Let's say you accumulated some savings and then you go into retirement. You have a pension in combination with your savings, so you have some money left to spend. So now you don't care about the income that you will generate in the given country. You don't care. You have only one source of money, and that is coming from the US. So you look for a country that has the least cost of living, regardless of the average earnings, because you don't care about that anymore. So here is the sorted list of cost of living, sorted by cost of living in this study. The lowest one, okay, the lowest one is Tajikistan, Angola, Kyrgyzstan, wherever that is, Pakistan, Burma, Egypt, Nepal, India, okay? Very low cost of living. Again, you don't care about the fact that the average income is less because you're already receiving dollars. This is for the retired people. If you want to do business, you don't want to go to these countries because you still want that dollars to come in wealthily like in the United States. Well, I don't know if you want to go to Ukraine. Now, Algeria, let me see, Sri Lanka, okay, they're low. What is the Philippines? Philippines is number 39. You save 60%. For $100 in the United States, you will only spend $40 in the Philippines, saving you 60%. And then you compare that to these other countries. For example, there is Russia. You want to go to Russia? Iraq. Thailand is nice, but the problem is language maybe. Moldova, Paraguay, Malaysia. Paraguay, what do they speak there? Is Spanish, and we speak a little bit of Spanish. We can understand some Spanish. There is a resemblance with the Filipino, Tagalog. Indonesia is nice, but see, the nice thing about the Philippines is the convenience of language. So that is the reason among these countries, Philippines is most attractive. Now, what I'm looking at here is strictly financial. Strictly financial. Don't talk to me about, oh, there's crime, oh, there's corruption. We're not talking about that. We're talking about strictly from a financial viewpoint, and then look at the disadvantages. For example, one of the things that I was considering before is Moldova. Moldova, because it's beautiful, but they're more or less part of Russia. They can get involved in war or whatnot, so it's not too attractive for me. Cambodia is nice. Cambodia is nice, but again, there could be some language problem there. Now, let's go down below. Mexico is another one I'm considering. So in Mexico, 54%, so a little bit higher than the Philippines. Philippines is like $40. Here I will spend $54. But Mexico, I'm comfortable with the Spanish being spoken, not to mention that many Mexicans do speak English in the country. And it's very convenient to the United States. From the US, I could commute very easily, and I'm sure my children will love to vacation too in Mexico. So Mexico is another interesting location for me. But this is what I'm saying. When you go through this list, and I'm going to go through this slowly, and you can stop it, freeze it, if you want to see the country you're interested in. And let me see, Mexico, Hungary. Okay, let's go ahead and scan this down. Okay, here is the listing, sort by cost of living index. Again, just freeze it if you want to see a little bit more about the specific countries. There's Bangladesh, there's Malaysia, Colombia, oh, Saudi Arabia. Look, Saudi is $44 out of 100. You only pay $44, but then their salary is only $1,800, $1,900 compared to $5,000 in the United States. Ecuador. Oof. That's China. China, you save 40%, but the salary is only $991 a month. Not salary, income. Sweden is also involved in the Russia fiasco. Australia is very close to the Philippines. Is slightly higher than the United States is the cost, and slightly lower in terms of average income per capita. Denmark. I know some people are very happy in Denmark. Oh, it's expensive, 120%. Salary is almost comparable to the US, but you spend more, $119 out of 100. So your purchasing power is 20% lower in Denmark. But they have good benefits. I think that's a socialized country. That's the reason why. Norway is nice. Okay, Iceland, Cayman Island. Oh, I love to vacation there. But so you can see here that this is the reason why a lot of people want to come to the U.S. A lot of people want to migrate to the U.S. And this is during their working years. I'm not talking about the one crossing the border. They're really more for charity. Some of them want to work. Okay, they want to work. And it's a shame that they can't do it the legal way because it's a little bit more difficult. So they would rather just go ahead and cross the border. But some of them are just either drug lords, cartels, members of the cartel, and also they're after the socialized contribution by the U.S. to the illegal immigration in the United States. This is primarily the reason why U.S. is very popular. Very popular. Now, for those people who worked and save, Now you don't care about the income because there is always a fixed income coming to you. Now you want to look for least cost cities. And this is the list. And I will, where I got this information from, I will attach a link down below. So if you're interested in looking at it more closely, you can look at this link and refer to it in making your planning decision. Again, this is strictly from financial standpoint, comparing how much earnings is relative to cost of living. If you're retired, you don't care about the average income, you just care about the cost of living, and you can take a look at that for your reference. And this will also explain why US is a very popular destination, but when they get old, they complain because it's hard to survive without that income, and you have this heavy load of expenses that you will have to pay. So they wind up going somewhere else where they can afford to live more comfortably. So guys, I hope this is enlightening to you. I'll appreciate it if you click like, and do subscribe to my channel unless you have already done so. Thank you so much for watching. Until next, make it a great day, and God bless.